All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we're going to be in the 135-pound division talking about Gervonta Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia and some information that was given out by Showtime related to that fight and how we are walking up against it as of today. Now, let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we're going to be in the 135-pound division where we are going to talk about Gervonta Tank Davis's potential fight with Ryan Garcia and how we are now up against it, according to some things that Stephen ESPINOSA, the president of Showtime Sports, and I am going to talk about this part in this video as well. The president of Showtime Sports had said about how much time they need to make a fight between the two and other big fights. But before I get into that, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you are new to the channel, please accept my invitation to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so you can be notified of when we release more videos. Also, if you are a longtime subscriber and supporter, thank you for your continued support. It really is what makes the channel go around. Thank you so much for your support in the super chats and the cash apps and in the super thanks and videos like this. Those sponsorships of videos and live streams are how channels like mine are able to do the work. So thank you guys very much. And if you can't do that, completely understand, at least hit the like button. That would be appreciated. But let's get into this. All right, so Gervonta Davis is the WBA regular champion at 135 pounds. And Ryan Garcia is a former interim champion, the former WBC interim champion. But as of right now, Ryan Garcia is the #1 rated guy by the WBA for Gervonta Davis's title. They're both big draws. Gervonta Davis is doing a bunch of pay-per-views, selling out a bunch of different stadiums. Ryan Garcia has a big and growing fan base. So, you know the saying, like Reese's peanut butter cups, chocolate and peanut butter make a wonderful treat, right? So people are looking at it like, look, this is a fight that can make a lot of money. You got a Black American fighter in Gervonta. You got a Mexican American fighter in Ryan Garcia. So let's make the fight. The fight should sell a lot because you're bringing in two different demographics to fight one another. And that's why, in my opinion, it's considered a big fight. Now, Stephen ESPINOSA, who is the president of Showtime Sports and will remain the president of Showtime Sports for the foreseeable future, because the information that was out there about Showtime Boxing going out of business and Stephen ESPINOSA losing his job has now been debunked by Paramount itself, which has announced, or through an internal memo, has let it be known that Showtime Boxing, specifically Stephen ESPINOSA, will remain the president of Showtime Boxing, and that he will move and now no longer report to the president of Showtime. He will report to the president of CBS Sports. So what does that mean? It means that as of right now, from a managerial and administrative standpoint, Showtime Boxing has found a new home with CBS and is no longer underneath Showtime. Now, I don't know what that means about where the fights are going to be aired, right? I suspect that means the fights are going to be aired on Showtime. But if he shifts it over underneath CBS Sports, do not be surprised if eventually they start making that same content available on CBS or available on Paramount Plus, which owns Paramount Plus. Paramount owns CBS and owns Showtime. However, the fights continue. So that is very, very good news. But in an interview with Chicken Talk, shout out to Chicken Talk, Stephen ESPINOSA was talking about how long you need to know, how much time you need to promote a fight, pay-per-view fight in the new digital platform. And he said that it takes 8 weeks. Once you get under 8 weeks, you are really up against it. seeing as they want to, that means Showtime, and at least Showtime and DAZN through Oscar De La Hoya and Steven Espinoza have said that they're targeting April 15th. That means today is February 14th. 8 weeks is tomorrow. So if they do not settle their whatever contractual issues that Oscar De La Hoya has, that it looks like they are going to have to move that date back if they cannot get that done within the next week. Now, we will know very soon what the case is, because Showtime, according to Steven Espinoza, again, is set to release their schedule after the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl was just this Sunday, so we should be finding out hopefully this week, whether or not, what fights are going to be made, and get those dates for those fights. Now, we do know now that, not that I think this really matters, related to Gervonta, but May 6th has been taken up. My understanding is that Canelo Alvarez is going to be fighting another riveting fight that nobody asked for with John Ryder, either in Jalisco, Mexico, or in Las Vegas. You also have Virgil Ortiz and Stanionis. I do believe that just got done for April 29th in Arlington, Texas. So that fight date has gotten set. So it looks like, at least with DAZN, they're starting to lay out their fight dates. And I don't know whether or not, I do know for sure that they're not going to want to go in May for that. I also think you do have a May fight set for Jermell Charlo versus not Jermell Charlo, but Tim Tszyu versus Tony Harrison. I think that fight that fight date has been set. So if they don't hurry up and announce this, it may require those guys to move later than they wanted to move. But my take on the matter is that I hope that fight gets made. The more I think about the fight, though, the actual fight in the ring, the more I think, man, Oscar De La Hoya has got to be having cold feet about doing this with Ryan Garcia, because that fight could definitely turn out very, very bad for Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia is from what I can see, a one-handed fighter with a left hook, and they got very powerful, kind of whippy left hook. But Gervonta Davis is very experienced, and he's going to take that left hook away from him. If Gervonta Davis is able to do that, slipping those shots, get on the inside and get inside of the range of Ryan Garcia, I have not seen Ryan Garcia show that he has the capability to fight on the inside. And that could just be a very, very ugly fight for him. And all of this back and forth going with the way that Oscar De La Hoya, said originally that the fight before Gervonta Davis fought Hector Garcia, he was certain that everything was agreed to. And then after that, he winds up saying, we have an issue with the rematch clause and who's going to televise it. And now after they've settled that up, from what I understand, he's got more issues. Man, it just is really, really hard for me to believe that this dude is going to follow through with this fight. But at the end of the day, man, we should know this week whether or not they're going to be able to do it in April or not. And if they don't have it decided by today or tomorrow, then, it's going to be tough for those guys to really do a good job of selling it and promoting it and getting the word out about the fight, according to the timelines that were set for by Steven Espinoza in reference to Errol Spence Jr. and Terrence Crawford. So anybody that says, it's different because it's Ryan and Gervonta, those guys aren't any more well-known than Errol and the Terrence fight was. And he said he needed 8 weeks to do that. Plus you have, in order to get the venues there, those venues are not going to be holding up space for them all of that time. They are going to have, if there's a concert or somebody that has a set date, those, when you get that close to those fight dates, those venues are going to say, nah, we're about to fill this date. So anyway, that's my take on the matter. You let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Deuces.